Gopro Black 5. I wanted to review this camera from a motorbike angle ages ago, but sadly it's taken this long to borrow one. But the 5 model is selling for around $150 less than the new 6. So this vid may help you decide if you want to buy the 5 and save some money. Okay, while the GoPros have improved significantly with each new model, there were major changes with the 5. From a dirt riding angle, I think these are the really big features. That electronic image stabilisation was long overdue. Check out this old GoPro 4 footage on a track that wasn't even rough. Blah. GoPro was definitely losing ground to its competitors by dragging its feet here, but they finally arrived. So, how does the stabilisation work? Better than expected. On cheap cameras, I've found electronic image stabilisation can be jerky and look unnatural, but the GoPro Black 5 looks almost as good as the famed optical image stabilisation of Sony action cams. Ditching the waterproof case has made the 5 model lighter, smaller, and the buttons a little easier to use. They say it's still waterproof to 10 meters, so absolutely no problems for dirt riding use. The viewing screen on the rear, awesome. It's so easy to make sure your camera angle is right, and if you are filming by hand, you can frame your shots perfectly. It's also a touch screen, so you can work your way through the menus a lot faster than the old 2-button system. This screen does put extra load on the battery, but you can set it to turn off after a certain amount of time. GoPro On. Voice control allows you to start and stop recording, along with a pile of other functions. Useful? Hell yes. But the only problem from a dirt riding angle is once your bike is revving or there's a fair bit of wind noise, it rarely works, so you are back to using the top button. But if you aren't riding too fast or you pull in the clutch to idle the engine, it usually works if you speak loudly enough. A bigger battery, this can't hurt. You won't always get longer life over the old 4 model. The GoPro has so many features now that place an extra drain on batteries. The image stabilisation, GPS, Wi-Fi, Super View, and the rear screen. But turn all those off, you can get close to 2 hours of filming at 1080p and 30 frames per second. It's not a new feature, but I'm so glad GoPro retained the Super View. It's a brilliant feature for dirt riders as the top and bottom of the screen increase to include the handlebars, while the left and right edges are compressed. It chews a bit more battery, but makes the vid look even more immersive than normal helmet cam footage. There are other improvements with the 5 model, which you can read about in other reviews. I'm just covering the big ones from a dirt riding perspective. So what's not so hot? GoPro claimed the audio is better, but I didn't feel it was better than the 4 model if using that skeleton rear door, which prevented wind noise really well. The design of the new case prevents wind noise at low speed. It starts to kick in by the time you hit 3rd, 4th gear. And while they've got a setting that reduces wind noise, it does also affect the overall quality of the audio too. It's probably not a big point. I'm just very fussy about audio quality. I suspect many won't have an issue. That touchscreen is brilliant, but GoPro may need to tweak its sensitivity. It works most of the time, but sometimes a finger stroke can be hit and miss, especially if you keep your gloves on. I've had every GoPro series over the years. A common problem, they occasionally freeze. The only way to get them going again is remove the battery and reinsert it to reboot the camera. This is despite firmware updates. I was a bit surprised to find this still continues with the 5 model. Not very often, but it's an annoying little glitch I thought they would have solved years ago. Very minor point, if you're upgrading from a GoPro 4, your old batteries will not fit this new model. Just sell them off with your old camera. If you like filming at 4K resolution, remember the optical image stabilisation won't work at that setting. It doesn't worry me, I never use 4K. But real video buffs may want to go straight to the 6 model where you can use it. There you have it guys, GoPro is certainly back in the running for best overall action cam with the 5 model, and I suspect it could be even more so with the new 6. I'll start running some tests between the GoPro 5 and Sony Action Cam, hopefully get back to you soon with a direct comparison.